So I'm beginning my day, not even out of bed yet, sleepily scrolling through my Facebook newsfeed, and I stumble across a news bit that has to be fake.
That hammer is being held by a woman. That's right. Thor, okay, is a woman.
No, seriously, this has to be fake. Okay, it doesn't look fake. April Fool's Day? Okay, this deserves a WTF and some research. So I am a dyed-in-the-wool geek girl, but like every geek, there are some facets of geekdom that I'm more well-versed in than others. Comic books are unfortunately low on my list of knowledge. However, I am familiar with the comic book universe from movies and cartoons, and I have a poster of Wonder Woman on my wall because she rules. Though I also have a little Thor hammer. And I love the movies. Sorry. Not only is Chris Hemsworth pretty, but Joss Whedon rules. The Thor movies weren't too bad, and the Avengers was awesome. But this announcement affected the comic books, and I know the mythology of Thor predates comic books, so I decided to start my research there. Let's see, the Thor story begins in Norse mythology as a hammer-toting god associated with thunder and lightning, storms in general, strength, protecting mankind, yada yada yada, and oak trees for some reason. Also hallowing, which is to make things sacred, healing, and fertility. Fertility, that's kind of a woman thing. Thor is also mentioned in other mythologies and other cultures. He has like 14 different names, but he is always a he. He's also a redhead. Go redheads. There's stories and poems throughout the ages about Thor. In one poem, Thor wakes up and discovers his hammer is gone. He and Loki find out who stole it, but the dude won't give it back unless the goddess Freya will marry him. So they go to Freya and politely ask her to go marry this total stranger. She's not having any of it. She flies in a rage, the halls of, however you pronounce this place, shake, and then the gods call a meeting. The gods and goddesses come up with a brilliant suggestion. Thor pretends to be Freya, complete with the dress, the veil, everything. Thor isn't too keen on this idea, but Loki talks him into it, and voila! We have a cross-dressing Thor. So off they go, and even though Freya consumes entire animals, drinks 3 casks of mead, and glares a hole through the potential groom when he tries to kiss his new bride, the thief is clueless that it's actually Thor. When Thor gets his hands on the hammer again, he knocks all of them senseless, kills an older sister for some reason, and, gets his hammer back. No word on if he does all this in the dress. Moving on to the comic books, in 1962, Stan Lee and his brother Larry Lee Burr and Jack Kirby create the Marvel superhero Thor, which obviously they base on the mythological god. Let's see, 1963, he became a founding member of the Avengers. Oh, it goes back that far. Tales of Asgard, the mighty Thor, Loki dies, alternate universe, Odin dies, Thor gets married, resets timeline. Oh, spoilers, sorry. Looks like other people have had this hammer. Someone named Beta Ray Bill helped Thor by using the hammer. The hammer was damaged, but Doctor Strange repairs the hammer by biting Odin Force together with Thor in a symbiotic relationship. Oh, hey! Oh, spoilers. Thor dies in 2011. And, no, he's really dead. There's a funeral and everything. Wait. No, Thor returns from the limbo of forgotten gods. Okay. So Thor is referred to as the strongest of all Asgardians. He's a badass in his own right, and he heals quickly, invincibility, hears sounds across a planet. The hammer helps him with stuff like focusing the weather, dimension travel, and enables him to do a god blast, a thermoblast, and the anti-force. My hammer just clips to my keychain. See, other people have had the hammer. This Beta Ray Bill guy wanted to keep it, but they wound up giving him his own hammer. Someone named Eric Masterson was bonded with Thor. Thor was punished for killing Loki, but then Thor was freed, and, well, Eric got his own hammer. No, a mace. Then there's a 20th century version, something in 2099. There's a Marvel zombie series in which Thor is a zombie trying to kill the Silver Surfer. I don't even want to know what's going on here. Oh wait, this looks interesting. There's a series of Marvel comics called What If. Looks like it's outside the mainstream story. Well, that explains the What If title. There's a story about Jane Foster getting the hammer and taking on the role of Thor called Thordis before she wound up in Asgard. Woo! Go Natalie Portman! Once she was in Asgard, Odin took the hammer back, but Jane was elevated to godhood so she could marry... Wait, Odin? Okay, there's another what-if story where Rogue becomes Thor and... Oh, she kills most of the Avengers when she was unable to cope with Thor's power. Ouch. Okay, so here's a list of everybody that's had it. Beta Ray Bill, Captain America, Storm of X-Men, Go Girl, Eric Masterson, Odin, Thor's grandfather, Thor's great-grandfather, a mining robot, something called an Airwalker, something seriously called Awesome Android, and it was lifted by Earth itself. Did I mention comic books are confusing? Also, Conan the Barbarian, Loki, Magni, Miguel O'Hara, Wooden, Alex Power, oh, and the DC comic characters Superman and Wonder Woman. Behold, I have Thor's hammer! So, obviously, people are freaking out. I mean, Twitter just blew up. Some people were mad, some people thought it was really cool, and people were talking about it, which is what I think is really cool. You know, these people are discussing it. This is not She-Thor, senior writer Jason Aaron said in a Marvel release. This is not Lady Thor, it's not Thorita, this is Thor. Thor of the Marvel Universe, but unlike any Thor we've ever seen before. So it doesn't sound like it's an alternate timeline or anything like that. So my question is why? Why did they do this? I mean, they were making money off Thor, they were making money off Avengers. You know, there's not a lot of women out there in the superhero realm. Us girls pretty much know this. But you know what? We're spending a lot of money on movies and in sci-fi. By we, I mean women. According to the Motion Picture Association of America, 52% of moviegoers last year were female. Check out this chart from 2013. These are the top grossing films. Check out how many of these films were attended by women. Iron Man 3, 42%. Hunger Games, 54%. Man of Steel, 40%. When the Avengers opened, that opening weekend, 40% of those moviegoers were women. And Thor's sequel, The Dark World, showed just under that percentage also for women. Women, you know, we like going to movies too. This year, at Time Warner's annual shareholder meeting, DC Entertainment President Diane Nelson was quoted as saying, "At DC Entertainment, we talk frequently about how we heighten the presence of female storytellers and creators with our comic books, digital and physical. How do we bring the female characters to light more? We have more work to do. But I think if we talk again in a couple of years, you'll be pleased with the results." Couple of years? I think Marvel's trumped you here, DC. Where's my Wonder Woman movie? Not only females are going to want to watch a female Thor. Movie franchises like Hunger Games have proven that strong female badasses sell tickets, a lot of tickets, to both genders. You know, I trust Marvel. Their movies have been fantastic, and the numbers show this. Each movie keeps raking in more and more ticket sales. No other superhero franchise matches that record. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, X-Men, none of them. And the Avengers still sits squarely at number 3 in the all-time box office sales at $1.518 billion. Okay, what does this mean for the future of Thor and the Avengers? Since a series of Thor comics were specifically launched in 2010 to coincide with the film, I just can't imagine that Marvel won't tie this into the films. Especially since the press announcement states she's not a temporary substitute. She's now the one and only Thor.
Thor, your bravery will not ease your pain.
Of course, Chris Hemsworth does have 3 movies as Thor left on his Marvel Studios contract, so there is that. I'm sorry. What was I saying?